Okay, hello everybody. Happy Sunday. My name is Laura. We're going to start in a comfortable seated position, please. Close your eyes. Sit up tall. Rest your hands on your legs or in your lap, somewhere that's comfortable for you, but let your elbows rest back underneath your shoulders so that you can soften your shoulders and begin to deepen your breath. See if you can slow down your breathing and create a rich quality to your breath as it travels along your constricted throat muscles. So you give a little hug in the muscles of your throat, just a little bit of a tightness toward the midline to allow your breath to slowly drag as it moves in and out of your nose. So usually what I ask is that you start to pay attention within and you say, what do I need from class? And while that's valid, and I'll say that probably a bunch more in the future, this week in my classes, instead of saying, what do I need from class, and even creating that small bit of expectations or even expecting you to know what you need right now for the next hour, instead, I'd like you to just be open to conversation with your body. So while you might know what you need right now, it might change as you start to feel movement and sensation and especially challenge. So while you might have an idea of what you need, let yourself be in this conversation with your body. Just say, I'll be open to listening and I'll be open to responding after I hear. So we'll think of this conversation between you and your body as a two-way street. Usually I find that sets us up for responses as opposed to a reaction. So if you feel something, if there's a stimulus, you might feel surprised by a reaction. You say, oh, I'm falling over, I have to take a break, or this is too hard, or this isn't what I wanted. But instead of a reaction that you're surprised by, it turns into a response that you're in control of and can be proud of. So as we open this conversation with the body, if you have a different intention in mind as well, bring your hands to prayer at your chest, bow your mind to your heart, and you can set that as your intention for practice. Lift your chin from your chest, open your eyes, and release your hands away from your heart. You can push play on your playlist. Should start off pretty slow, and I always forget to say push play, but we'll be seated for a couple of stretches before we really get moving, so I want to give you the chance to do that. If you need to switch the cross of your legs or switch to kneeling or any other way that feels good in your legs, you can do these next few poses from any kind of seat. Sit up tall, take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop your right ear toward your right shoulder. Doesn't matter what your legs look like, but I would like you to sit up tall. Take your right hand up and around to the left side of your head. So that's adding gentle pressure. And instead of thinking compression on the right side, think extension on the left side of your neck. Keep your right ear dropping to your right shoulder. We won't change the neck. Place your right fingertips on the floor to the right side of you. So the head is still dropped to the right. Reach your left arm straight up. Take a deep breath in. We haven't lifted the head. Exhale, stretch up and over to your right. So it's like the neck muscles are not working to hold up the weight of the head. Slide both of your shoulder blades down your back. You might crawl your right fingers more out and away from you to hinge more at your waist. Ground through your left sitting bone and reach longer with your left fingers. And place your left hand on your right leg anywhere. I'm going to place my left hand on my right knee. Slide your right hand behind you on the floor, directly behind your pelvis. Sit up tall, lengthen your neck, lift up through the crown of your head, take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist, turn to look back over your right shoulder. Push your right knee or leg forward into your left hand or toward the front of your wall, your front wall, depending on where your left hand is. The front of your wall. Can you grow even taller through the sides of your body as they're twisted? Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release, facing forward. Just inhale, circle your arms out and stretch them up. Take a deep breath in, fill your lungs. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your chest and empty your lungs completely. You can release your hands, rest them down on your legs anywhere. Sit up tall and drop your left ear toward your left shoulder. And take your left hand up and around to the right side of your head. Without lifting your head, leave your head where it is in space. Place your left fingertips on the floor to the left side of you. Inhale, reach your right arm straight up. Deep breath in. Exhale, side stretch up and over to your left. So I say up and over. In almost every side stretch I'll teach, I say up and over because the up happens with your ribs away from your pelvis. Up happens in the lengthening of your spine before we go over. So we're avoiding just crunching on the bottom side body. You could crawl your left fingers a little more out and away from you so that instead of shrugging your left shoulder toward your ear, you can slide both shoulder blades down your back. Ground through your right sitting bone and reach farther with your right fingers. The neck muscles should still not be working. And place your right hand on your left leg or knee. Slide your left hand straight behind your pelvis. Then you'll sit up tall. Find a wave that lengthens up through your spine. And turn to look back over your left shoulder. Press your left knee forward toward your front wall. And turn open more through your left chest. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release, facing forward. Circle your arms out. Take a deep breath in. Stretch your arms up high. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your chest. Empty your lungs completely. Close your eyes last time. Inhale, stretch your arms out and up. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your chest. You can open your eyes if you want to. Child's pose. Make your way onto a tabletop, all fours. Close your big toes together so that they touch. Separate your knees wider than your hips. Could even be wide toward the edges of your mat. Rest your forehead down onto the floor. Rest your elbows down onto the floor if they aren't, but everybody bend your elbows a little bit out to the sides and widen your arms. So my hands are even going off the sides of my mat, resting on the wood floor, but I want your elbows to be bent out to the sides as you rest your head down. Soften something so that your hips move more down and back. And allow your belly to move down freely between your thighs as you soften the back of your body toward the front of your body. And then we'll stay in child's pose. Crawl your fingertips out and away from you at that same wide V shape so that your elbows might lift off the floor. If it doesn't feel good to lift your elbows, you can keep them down. But the hands are way wide, like a V, out and away from your shoulders. Press down firmly with your hands and push your hips a little bit more down and back. Then lift yourself up to a tabletop, all fours. Place your knees directly underneath your hips and place your wrists directly underneath your shoulders. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your heart and fill your lungs. Exhale, cat pose, press your spine to the sky, tuck your chin to your chest. Move slowly. Inhale, look up, drop your belly, fill your lungs. Exhale, round your back, spine to sky. It's like you never stop moving because you never stop breathing. Inhale, drop your belly, fill your lungs, glance up. Exhale, round your back, spine to sky, chin to chest. One more time to inhale, look up, drop your belly, tuck your toes. Down dog, exhale, stretch your hips up and back. You can either keep your knees profoundly bent or bend one knee at a time and press the other heel more down to the floor as you warm up slowly and gently into the back of each leg. And walk your hands back to meet your feet. You'll be in a standing forward fold at the back of your mat. Bend and hang. You can bend your knees a lot or a little. Grab a hold of opposite elbows and let gravity do its work to create more length in your upper back. Release your arms back down to the floor. Bend your knees softly. Drop your head. And roll slowly to standing. Chin is the last to lift. Make your legs strong as you rise. Push the floor away from you with your heels. And when you lift upright, bring your hands to prayer at your chest. Inhale, stretch your arms out and up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Lead with your heart. Move slowly. Tone your belly. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull the front of your heart through your shoulders and make your spine long. Exhale, downward dog. Bend your knees. Put your hands on the floor and walk your hands out to the top of your mat. Inhale, plank pose. Make your legs straight as you roll forward. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet down. Inhale, cobra, lift your heart, make the back of your neck long. Downward dog, exhale. Pedal it out again if that's what feels good for you. Remember, it's a slow and gentle warm-up in this conversation with your body. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Help your foot forward if it doesn't make it. Set your left knee down onto the ground. Hold here. Take an inhale, pull the front of your heart a lot forward through your shoulders and slide your shoulder blades on your back. Take one more inhale, move your hips down and forward, keep your hands on the floor. Exhale, half splits. Start to straighten your right leg, stack your hips over your left knee. Your right leg does not have to be straight. Take an inhale, lengthen nose to toes. Exhale, fold at your hips. Make the back of your neck long. If you're feeling something extreme, back away from it a little. Rebend your right knee, walk your hands forward and move your hips down and forward. Take a huge breath in. Exhale, step forward, left foot meets the right at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine, open the front of your chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your heart. Inhale, stretch your arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the front of your heart forward. Exhale, down dog. Put your hands down, step your feet back, and lift your hips. Step your left foot forward between your hands. Help the foot forward if it didn't make it. Set your right knee down into the ground. I'm keeping my right toes tucked. If you want to untuck them, that's fine. So it's not wrong. I'm just choosing this more active variation. Take an inhale, pull the front of your heart through your shoulders. So that's instead of round spine like I'm demoing here, it's long spine, pull the front of your heart forward. Move your hips down and forward to feel a stretch in the front of your right hip. Take one more inhale, fill your lungs. Exhale, half split. Start to straighten your left leg. Point your left toes straight up. And slide your hands back until they're underneath your shoulders. Your left leg can be bent a little bit or a lot. And now here the cue is, instead of round spine like nose to knee, think nose to toes. Rebend your left knee so that your left foot is flat. Move your hips down and forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, step forward. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Make your legs strong. Reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your chest. Inhale, stretch your arms out and high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, starting to front wall. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. So that's mid-plank. You'll put your hands down, move your feet back. You can do this with knees up or down, lower slowly. Inhale, either cobra from the belly or up dog, lift your heart. Exhale, downward dog. Push the floor away from you with your hands and stretch your hips more up and back behind you. Try to show the bottoms of your sitting bones more to the ceiling than at the floor. What does your body need just in this moment from this single pose? Inhale, bend your knees, look at the floor between your hands. Exhale, step, walk, or jump, feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your chest. Inhale, stretch your arms out and high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the front of your heart forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Put your hands down, step or hop back, and lower slowly. Inhale, up dog or cobra, lift your heart, slide your shoulders down away from your ears. Downward dog, exhale. Open and close your mouth wide a couple times. And then find a nice resting position for your jaw so that you don't feel a clench. Then soften the rest of the muscles of your face and check in with your breathing. Inhale, bend your knees, look at the floor between your hands. Exhale, step, walk, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach high. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your chest. Inhale, stretch your arms out and up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, step or hop, lower slowly. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, touch your knee to your nose. Move your shoulders forward over your fingertips. Inhale, back and high with your right heel. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up to standing. Lift your heart up, reach your arms up alongside your ears. Settle in and breathe. We're still on the ball of the back foot. Move your right hip backwards in space. Standing splits, right toes, push off your back foot and lift your left leg any amount. The hands are touching the floor to help keep you from falling over, but they're not holding a lot of weight. Lift the back of your left thigh bone up more, inhale. Feet together, exhale, left foot meets the right. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the front of your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Close your feet all the way together. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips low, reach your arms up. It's just one deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold over your straight legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Place your hands down, step or jump back, and either move through a vinyasa or hold in down dog with me. Good work. Inhale, lift your left leg. Doesn't matter how high. Exhale, touch your knee to your nose. Move your shoulders forward over your fingertips. Inhale, back and high. Exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise to standing. Hold here, settle in, and breathe. So we're on the ball of the back foot. Sit deeply into the bend in your left knee. Pull your left hip backwards in space and press your right frontal hip bone more forward. Then place your hands on your hips, lift your heart. Tone your belly a lot for strength from your core and start to straighten your front leg. So if your back leg was not straight in the previous pose, that's okay. But here, we can make both legs totally straight. If you're a little wobbly, be inside it, experience it. Wobbles are not the enemy. Take an inhale, lift your heart, and we'll slowly lower at the hips. You hinge, slowly fold, lead with your heart. Pyramid, eventually the hands release to the floor or props. Press down through the ball mound of the big toe of your left foot. Move your left hip backwards in space. We're still on the ball of the back foot to make sure that the hips point forward instead of opening out to the side. Breathe. Standing splits, walk your hands just slightly forward of your left foot, push off your back foot, and then lift your right leg up into the air behind you. Make your right leg really straight. Flex your right foot, and point all 5 toes straight down to the floor. Think about lifting the back of your right thigh bone up. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, feet together, right foot next to the left. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the front of your heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, sit your hips low, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the front of your heart forward. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Place your hands down, step or jump back, and lower slowly. Inhale, up dog or cobra, fill your lungs, very nice. Downward dog, exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, lizard, step your right foot to the floor on the outside of your right hand. So right foot to the right edge of your mat. Keep your left knee lifted. Point your right toes straight exactly forward. We're making contact with the right inner knee onto the right outer upper arm. Lift the back of your left knee up to make your left leg straight. And pull the front of your heart more forward through your shoulders toward the front of your mat. Heel toe your right foot in between your two hands. Place your back foot flat, so we're setting up for warrior two. You place your back heel down so that you're in heel to heel alignment. Warrior two. Stand up, open your arms parallel to the floor. Bend your right knee and make your left leg straight. Tone your belly and point your tailbone more down instead of back. Grow taller through your waist and the sides of your body. Straighten your right leg all the way. Inhale, reach forward. Make your right side body long. Exhale, triangle. Place your right hand down. Doesn't have to be on the floor. Reach your left arm up. Used to have a block. If the floor feels far away, you can press the back of your right hand to the inseam of your right pant leg. Then place your left hand on your left hip. Turn your left chest open away from the floor. You can either keep your left hand here, or place the back of your left hand on your low back, or place your left fingers on top of your right hip crease or thigh. Keep your left hand where it is. Stand up. Warrior two. So the right arm is reaching forward, the left hand is still in a half bind. Turn your right hand palm face up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach up and reach back. This is a side bend, not a back bend, so we're not twisting open to the ceiling. We got the front of your body facing the side of your mat. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, release your hands to the floor, chaturanga or down dog. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, lizard. Step your left foot to the floor on the outside of your left hand. So your left arm is inside your left knee. Point all 10 toes straight exactly forward. So the left foot, we're not turning it out yet. Spoiler alert, we will next. Squeeze your left knee onto your left arm. Make your right leg straight. And lengthen your spine. Pull the front of your heart more forward. Work. Heel toe your left foot in between your two hands. Place your right foot flat. Place your heels now, heel to heel alignment. If that didn't work in that transition, just move your front foot until your heels are in one line with each other. Warrior two, strong legs, stand up, extend your arms. Point your left toes straight exactly forward. Bend your left knee and make your right leg straight. Check in with your breathing and your intention. And that two-way conversation that you have with your body. Straighten your left leg all the way. Inhale, reach forward like you want to touch the front wall. Exhale, triangle, left hand down, either onto the floor or a block, or press the back of your left hand to the inseam of your left pant leg. Place your right hand on your right hip. Turn your right chest open away from the floor. Option back of the right hand to the low back, or right fingers on top of left thigh or hip crease, whatever you can grab. So we're using the bind to turn the right chest open away from the floor and also lengthen the front of your heart forward away from your pubic bone. Keep your half bind, stand up and bend your left knee. Reach your left arm straight to the front of your mat. Then turn your left hand palm face up, reverse warrior, keeping this half bind of the right hand. And remember, one of the versions of our half bind was right hand on right hip, or back of left, right hand to low back, or hand to left hip. Reach more up and back, take a deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Put your hands down, step back and lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. As promised, inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, lizard. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Set your left knee down onto the floor and go ahead and untuck your left toes. Angle your right foot, not more than 45 degrees. So we're not trying to do anything crazy by turning the right foot all the way. Just point your right toes 45 degrees out and away from you. Keep your right foot flat, so press down through the ball of the big toe of your right foot and open your right knee away from your right shoulder. If you need more, make sure your left leg is long back behind you. And from there you could lower onto your elbows. If you're on your forearms, press your hands back up underneath your shoulders. Pigeon, heel toe your right foot over to the left side of your mat, so it's going behind your left wrist. Then in order to place your right knee on the ground, you might say, my knee doesn't go anywhere close to the ground, Laura. Well, you can push your right knee forward toward the right corner of your mat. So what you're doing basically in that transition is moving the right heel a lot closer to the left hip. Your hips don't have to be close to the ground either. You could be way up high. You could even slide a pillow or something underneath your right hip. Lower to your forearms, or rest your head down on your arms or the floor or a pillow. We'll just be here for about a minute. Relax the clench of your belly. Sometimes what you need is not what you want. Your body will always speak the truth of what you need, or of what it needs. Other voices get in the way with what you want or what you think you need. But can you be in that conversation answering truthfully? Downward dog. Set both of your knees down onto the floor so that you're on a tabletop. Extend your right leg straight back behind you until it's parallel with the floor. Then set your right foot down on the floor. Your right foot will be flat so that your arch is in line with your left foot. Then for balance, actually spin your left toes more behind you and reach your right arm up. This is bus stop number 1. If you want to feel more, actually move your right toes, your whole right foot, more behind you. So you're creating more of an arc shape from your right foot through your heart, and you can reach your right arm alongside your right ear. Take one more inhale, open through your heart. Exhale, release to the floor, downward dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, lizard. Step your left foot to the floor on the outside of your left hand. Set your right knee down on the ground. The right knee is way back behind the hip instead of being underneath it. Angle your left foot open, not more than 45 degrees, and allow your left knee to open away from your left shoulder while keeping your left foot flat. If you did on the first side, you might lower down to your forearms. These variations are just ways to feel more when you need to. They are not measurements of success or growth. They're not even goals. They are just tools for when you need to feel more. If you're on your forearms, press back up to your hands, pigeon, heel toe your left foot behind your right wrist. As you go to set your left knee on the ground, you might push it way forward toward the top left corner of your mat, which brings your left heel closer to your right hip. And you settle in, your hips can be high or low or anywhere in between. Lower to your forearms, and we'll be here for about a minute. You might like to rest your head closer or resting down on the floor or on your arms. Can you slow down your breathing in some way that serves you? Downward dog. Then set both of your knees down onto the floor and untuck your toes. Extend your left leg straight back behind you. Then set your left foot down. Place your foot flat in line with your right toes. So the left foot is like parallel to the short edge of your mat. Leave your left hand where it is. Spin your right toes more behind you and reach your left arm up. So this modified side plank is bus stop number 1. If you want it to be slightly more of a heart opener and side stretch, move your left heel backwards. So what you're doing is creating more of a U shape instead of a straight line. And reach your left arm alongside your left ear. Breathe into your sensation. Breathe into your left ribs. And take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Go ahead and make your way to a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes and rest your hands either on your legs or in your lap. Just pay attention to how your heart is beating. To how the cycle of your breath, the rhythm of your breath is slowing down with every moment that we sit still. Pay attention to the memory of sensation in your hips, or in the sides of your body, or in your heart. It's like a debriefing without judgment of how you existed in conversation with your body. So altogether, take a deep, huge breath in, fill your lungs up all the way. Open mouth, exhale, sigh, empty your lungs completely and push all the old air out. Keep pushing to empty your lungs. And take another deep breath in, fill up all the way to the top. Breathe in more air. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it all away. Lie down on your back. Plant your feet on the floor so that your knees are bent. separate your feet wider than hip width distance. And windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Next time your knees fall to the floor on the right side of you, keep them there and just push your left kneecap more to the front of your mat. Take a deep breath in, so it's lengthening the front of the left thigh. And a big exhale. Back up. Back up through center. Other side. Not sure if they can hear me. Zoomers, can you still hear me? Thank you. I have to switch my one AirPod. That happened last week too. So now we've dropped the knees over to the left. Press your right knee more forward. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Okay, back up through center. Cross your right leg all the way on top of your left leg. So we're closing knee to knee, thigh to thigh instead of the figure four. Reach your right arm out on the floor to the right side of you and twist. Drop your knees to your left and your chin to your right. Inhale, lift your knees back up through center. Unravel your legs. Other side, cross your left leg on top. Extend your left arm out on the floor to the left side of you. Right hand can be anywhere. And twist, drop your knees to your left and your chin to the right. Inhale, lift your knees back up through center and unravel your legs. Hug your knees to your chest. Happy baby, show the bottoms of your feet up toward the ceiling. Open your knees away from your shoulders, your thighs away from your ribs. And instead of letting the back of your pelvis lift up off the floor, point the tip of your tailbone forward and lengthen your low back more. Okay, release, hug your knees to your chest. If it hasn't already gotten there, there is a song at the end of the playlist. I always include a slow, non-Motown Shavasana song. So if you want to push play on that one, it's just the last song of the playlist. And then we'll settle into Shavasana when you're ready. So extend your legs straight out on the floor in front of you. Release your arms down alongside your body. Turn your palms so that they face up. Settle in and make yourself really comfortable so that you can be still. And so that you can enjoy rest. Begin to deepen your breath. And find movement in your hands and in your feet. Find movement in your arms and your legs. Rock your head gently from side to side on the floor. And stretch your arms behind you on the floor. Take a long stretch. Take a deep breath. Fetal pose either side. Bend your knees, roll over, and rest your head on your bottom arm. And press your weight into your top hand. Press up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to prayer at your chest and bow your mind to the wisdom of your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. With your intention in your heart, namaste. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for practicing with me. I'll see you next week. I don't even know how to stop this.